Watching the Ronnie J Show, we are here at St. Philomena Catholic Hospital. It is a hospital that's based in Benin in Edo State. Today we're going to be talking about female genital mutilation.
My name is Adesuwa Imafido. I'm 18. I was circumcised when I was 16. I went through pains, psychological trauma. The community, they sent people to me that since I'm in the marriageable stage, it is right for me to be circumcised before I get married. Even my parents, mostly my mom, she quite agree with them that it is a traditional thing that I must pass through. I had no choice but to do it, since it's the custom of the land. I went through hell. 4 men held me down. 2 holding my legs, and the other 2 holding my hands. They held me firm to the ground. And another used a sharp knife. Immediately, I shouted. I shouted for help, but there was no one to help. Nobody could help me at that time. They said it was tradition. Tradition, they said.
I'm going to start from my far right, please. Will you just introduce yourself to the crowd and also to the camera, please?
I'm Mrs. Teresa Mofuma, a nurse midwife, retired Assistant Director of Nursing Services, UBTH. I'm also the coordinator of Inter-African Committee that deals on female genital mutilation.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And over to you, madam.
Ame I Sadu, the Principal School of Midwifery, St. Philomena Hospital, Benin City.
And finally, yourself.
I am Mrs. B. Kadiri, the Vice Principal School of Midwifery, St. Philomena's Hospital, Benin City.
Okay, I'm going to start with you closest to me. First of all, what is this female genital mutilation? What is it exactly? What does it mean?
Female genital mutilation is a practice that has been going on for some years now, which entails partial or total removal of the female genital organs of a woman, which has no therapeutic benefits. They just do it for cultural reasons. Has no therapeutic benefits. That's
okay.
What it is.
I'll start with you, Rama, far right. Obviously, you're in this field. This is the field that you are an expert in, I believe. Yeah? Now, is there a danger or any advantage of this particular practice? Is there an advantage? Let's start with that first.
Thank you. There is totally no advantage at all. It's an obnoxious practice, and it's very, very dangerous. We start with the practice itself. The condition with which it is being practiced, the environment, most times is not hygienic, neither is it healthy. And you know, because of the instrument they use, it propose real danger to the victim. We call them victim, actually. And at times, you know, most times you have pain. You have severe hemorrhage, that's severe bleeding. And subsequently infection. And so many other complications that follows the practice.
Okay, if I ask you, you know, when we did a street survey, the people that we asked, it was quite amazing. A lot of people, a lot of girls or ladies are circumcised. And they feel that it is a good thing because it reduces their sexual urge. Now, do you agree with that?
No, it is not correct at all. It does not reduce sexual enhancement. It doesn't. In fact, those who are circumcised, they are even promiscuous. So it doesn't reduce it at all. The urge doesn't reduce the urge.
Well, I mean, we can sit here and say that. You know, I don't know if I'm permitted to ask if any of you have actually experienced it or not, but we're talking out of theory. Because those people that we talk to on the streets who are circumcised agree that really and truly it does make a difference. Now, would you argue with that?
Yes, it does make a difference, because having excised all those vital parts that God had already created there because of our knowing too much, it changes the original plan of God concerning procreation. Because there has to be pleasure when you are having your sexual intercourse with your husband, and then everything goes naturally like that. But a woman who has been, infibulated, the type 3 type of female genital mutilation, has no sensations at all. And that's what makes them move from one man to the other. It even promotes promiscuity, because they move from one man to the other looking for that pleasure that was not there. And at the end of the day, they go around and it is the same thing. No pleasure, nothing. You get what I'm saying now? And they go through a lot of complications because of this problem.
Okay, I was going to come to the complications, but since you mentioned it, let me...
in addition, in addition to what she said, we've done a lot of research in Nigeria. In the western area, there are some, there was not even one, there were some females who have already enjoyed sexual intercourse before they were circumcised. And they were able to tell us there is a real difference. That actually, according to what my lecturer has just said, is that before they were infibulated, they enjoyed sexual intercourse. Thereafter, they became rigid, and so they were no longer satisfied sexually. So it has no benefit whatsoever. Okay,
I want to ask you, what are the different stages involved or different types?
Yes, talking about female circumcision, there are 4 types. The first is the incision. Type 1. That is the type 1. The incision is just the prepuce, with or without the removal of the clitoris. While the type 2, it is both the prepuce, the clitoris are removed. And then even the labia minoras, they are removed.
Grace is one of our people. So use your imagination and discuss something, display something, then we'll try and explain it to us. Then we'll try and get an answer. Fire down. Guys, reasoning live. There's stress everywhere. No salary. Hey!
That is trauma.
Action, he's dying now. Do something. Don't just look at him. Do something. Talk to him.
So how are you?
Do something. Action. He's there. He's lying down. What are you all trying to do? Somebody should explain to me what you're trying to do. The lady at the end, explain to us what you're doing, please. Explain. What are they trying to do here? What's happening here?
We're trying to resuscitate him.
To sustain him?
Yes. We're trying to lift him up.
Talk. I can't hear you. Speak out.
We're trying to know where the injury is.
But the man is...
We're trying to know which part of the body he has injured.
Okay, his ankle. He said the ankle is injured. So how to...
As we are touching every part, explain what you are doing to us, please.
Lie down.
How to straighten the leg first, so as to enable it not to go further injured.
Maybe if he has sustained anything like dislocation, we have to stretch it so that it doesn't go more bad.
You have to calm him down too. Reassure him.
We reassure him.
Are you sure the guy is not just hungry? Now hunger make him fall.
Sir, what's the problem? Do you have any problem?
It's just the ankle.
The ankle. What led to? I saw you.
Yeah, it was about like 86.
Okay, you just missed a step. Okay, sorry. It'll be okay. Right.
Do you have any problem before?
No.
Actually caused
fine.
that?
No.
Okay, sorry. Have you eaten today?
No.
Maybe you are having hypoglycemia.
The man has not eaten, so provide food.
taken anything since morning.
Since yesterday.
So, maybe hypoglycemia. Maybe you're hypoglycemic.
I'm sure he does not have strength.
Okay.
So we have to take time.
So a man is on the floor on Yebeni. There are 3 nurses carrying him on. He has not eaten for 2 days. So what do we do?
Sorry.
Okay, hold on. That's phase 1. We are still grinding on. Now we are on to phase 2. I want to ask you all questions now based on that.
I said my question goes to the circumcised students. I want to know, if they have the urge, do they enjoy the action?
Do they enjoy sex?
Yes.
Go ahead.
See, I don't want to...
Listen, please, listen.
I want to lift up your spirit if you have been circumcised. The fact that libido is a bit low does not mean that you will not enjoy the sexual intercourse. Because there are other areas like the tip of the nipple, the breast, the waist, the lips, the tongue that can stimulate you.
Then you now have the type 3, where after clearing those external structures, okay, after clearing them, they now stitch it. That is infobulation. Now this is the type 3. You can see the stitched applied. So that is what we call infobulation. Now it is just a small hole that is left for menstruum.
All these are stitched?
Yes, they are stitched. You know. So in this instance, the woman does not, in fact, there is no penetration here because everything is stitched. So that's infobulation.
At what age? God have mercy. At what age do they do this? At childbirth?
Yes. This female circumcision, some started very early, at 7 days of life. You know, during naming ceremony, they circumcise their children. Now it depends on the community. While some wait until when the adult child is about to get married, you know, they circumcise. Some even wait until the woman is about to give birth. Yes, so it depends on the culture, you know, then they circumcise.
I'm going to cut you. I mean, can I just ask the lady at the front? So, that means, can this person have sex?
This infibulation?
This stage, yeah.
No. You know, it was the Egyptians that actually started this, so that they will, to keep their wives.
It's in Egypt. We don't do it anymore in Africa.
They do it now in Sudan, a lot in Sudan. They do it.
What of Nigeria?
Nigeria is type 1, type 2,
yes.
Not type 3.
Not type.
We have not seen this in Nigeria.
Yes.
I'm scared to ask. Hope there's no type 4.
There is type 4. Just gishiri choke. They just choke something on it or actually milk out the clitoris so that it looks like the penis. They say it's not supposed to compete with the penis. They pull it out or just get some needles, substances to reduce the activity of the external genital mutilation.
And insert a corrosive substances.
Yes, to make it tighter.
Tissues.
This program is going outside Nigeria. And before you know it, the white men will still call us monkeys. If you look at what Professor Gallo said when he came to Abuja, he sees that, he's an investor of London, he sees that HIV came from Africa because we eat animals that were like monkeys. So please, don't ever send this out that they still caught people with stones.
I got it from the literature I read.
I know there are a lot of things that are misleading to destroy the black man. All right?
Let me handle this.
Are you the one that
you got it? It's not very good for us. They have sharp things. The important is that they are cutting the genitals. That's what is important. And they use stones. 2011 is ridiculous.
Are we still practicing it? I'll start with you.
Well, you know what customs and traditions and beliefs can do. When we believe in something and it's what we came up to meet, it is very difficult to eradicate. So their belief is that in some cultures, a woman who is not circumcised cannot get married. It's a criteria for marriage. You must be circumcised. If you are not circumcised as a young girl, the day you are being married off, they will circumcise you, or when you are in labor. Others will do it when the girl is an adolescent. Others will do it when the girl is just 4 years to 10 years old. They do it.
Straight talk.
I'm Honorable Michael Inyagumena.
Why is it good to circumcise women?
Good. Whosoever is not circumcised, uncircumcised child, a human being, is not fit to live in the society.
What makes somebody who's not circumcised different from somebody who is?
Yes. As a matter of fact, like I always said, the Benin cultures define that every child, whether male or female, should be circumcised. That make him to be more natural.
For the youths that are coming of age now, the new generation youths, yes. Are you saying that these youths that are not circumcised are not natural?
Whether now, tomorrow, or in the next generation to come, it has been a laid down taboo in Benin Kingdom that every male and female child must be circumcised. If out of ignorance they did not circumcise, they are running contrary to the Benin tradition. They are running against that taboo, and that is automatic curse on such person.
Okay, do you think that there's any does it create any health problem for the girls?
It does not really create any health disadvantages. It only creates sanity. Because any female child that is not circumcised, the rate of their sexual desire is higher than that which is circumcised.
So are we saying that for those girls who are circumcised, how do they still enjoy sex the same way? For example, a girl is circumcised and she now gets married. Is she still going to enjoy sex the same way somebody who's circumcised is?
Thank you very much. As a matter of fact, she enjoys sex very well. There are so many other creatures in the vagina that makes a woman to enjoy sex. You understand me? So that clitoris if you don't circumcise the child, remove that clitoris, you are endangering the sexual life of that, because that girl will be hungry for sex like even more than a dog, because in every second biologically the clitoris will always, anything that touches there, irritation has taken place. So exposing such child to sexual abuse, you see. So circumcising a child does not stop that child not to enjoy sexual relationship when she's of age to marry.
Okay. The question I want to ask, in some areas, we've interviewed some girls and we spoke to them, and some of them who are circumcised, they are of the opinion that they do not really enjoy sex. It's difficult for them to have an orgasm. It's difficult for some of them have even put off sex because they don't really see the excitement. There's a big difference between those who have a clitoris and those who don't have a clitoris. If the women that are being circumcised are saying that, listen, we don't want to be circumcised anymore, why would you as a man be imposing on a woman? Because the women obviously have realized that they were circumcised, and these are elderly traditional women, and they've realized that there's so much disadvantage to this circumcision. Don't you think it's high time that we should say, okay, although traditionally we'll be doing this thing, don't you think it's high time for us to accept that this thing is really mutilation to the women?
Thank you very much. There is no way it can be erased. It creates sanity for our children, for our family, that any female child that is not circumcised is like a slave. It's a taboo.
So if your daughter was to say to you, Daddy, I don't want to be circumcised,
right? I will tell that child that you are going against my tradition.
Are you now telling me that the next generation of youths who are now being exposed to civilization are all going to be cursed and all going to be insane because they're not circumcised?
Whether there is Western civilization or somebody, a Benin man, go to America to have his or her child there, and she's not circumcised, or even in Benin here, because of the Western civilization, somebody come up to say, I won't circumcise my child, you know, and she fail or he fails to realize that he's a Benin man. Well, that natural, you know, nurse, that cause, that natural cause, by our elders, who knows, who has the reason why a female should be circumcised, will be on their head.
People always ask me, what is cancer, why, and what is cancer about? Cancer is about an innovative way of raising awareness of breast cancer in Africa. Our vision is to be able to reduce the rate of mortalities and morbidities caused by breast cancer in Africa.